Okay, so for the intermediate volume problems, we need to determine the radius of a cone whose height is 18 centimeters and volume is 24 pi cubic centimeters. I'm going to take a screenshot so I can write on my screen. And this one's a little different because you're used to being given the height and the radius. And this time we're given the height and the volume, and we need to find the radius. Well, just like with any other problem, I always ask you to start out with the formula. So a cone is volume equals pi r squared h divided by 3. And then you're just going to fill in the given information. If they say the height is 18, we're going to put that there. And if they say the volume is 24 pi cubic centimeters, we're going to put that there. So instead of V, I'm going to put 24 pi. I don't need to write cubic centimeters because that's just unnecessary right now. That's the units. On the other side, I have pi r squared. I don't know what the radius is, so I'll leave it as a variable, r. I'll plug in 18 for the height because that's given, and then I will divide by 3 because that is the formula. All right, and then one thing we can clean up right here is we always divide by the denominator. The denominator is the only number that we divide by in this in the volume formula. So if we think about it right now, we can do our division just to clean this up. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So my equation is now 24 pi equals, I'm going to put the 6 first, actually. The 6 is left, 6 pi r squared. Everything else on this in that formula has reduced. And then I want you to notice that we have a pi on both sides. The pi symbol is exactly the same on both sides. Therefore, we can divide by pi. If it's on both sides, it would be like just taking it off of the scales, the weights. And so now we're left with 24 equals 6r squared, just like in the beginning of the year when we have a coefficient that's being multiplied by a variable. They're multiplying, therefore we divide. So the 24 divided by 6 becomes 4, and on the other side of the equation we have r squared because 6 divided by 6 becomes 1. And now hopefully it's starting to look familiar. If the opposite of a square, squaring something, is taking the square root. So the square root of r squared is just r, and the square root of 4 is 2. Therefore, the radius is 2. And you can double check that by redoing the volume formula and plugging in 2 for the r. We'll use the 18 that was given, and we'll make sure that we get 24. So 2 times 2 is 4. So we have pi times 4, and then 18 divided by 3 is 6. And 6 times 4 is 24 pi. So if we used a radius of 2, then the volume is 24 pi cubic centimeters. These ones are easier because they give it to us in terms of pi. So then at this point, when you have pi on both sides, that's where you divide both sides by pi. And these are little notes that you can make on your notes that will help you for the next problems. Divide both sides by pi. That's how we got rid of the pi on that. All right, and that is the intermediate volume problem.